Okay, I'll try this again. Okay. Feeling a little bit better, but not really. Kind of. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I am. Okay. Went to the doctor today and did a walk-in, and it was my usual primary care provider, the office that I go to, but I saw a different doctor lady. She was new there, and I was very worried, going in there thinking that they're just gonna, just think I'm full of crap, as they always do. And I was worried that, the doctors here in my town have a bad reputation for just not being that good. And a lot of people who need special work like I do and have special problems like I do usually end up having to go out of town. I don't know why that is. It's just how it is. And every time I have ever talked to a doctor about, consulting another doctor or, trying to go out of town, they always act so offended and just, like so appalled, So anyway, like I said, I was worried about that kind of stuff. And when I was actually seeing the doctor, she mentioned that before I did. And I was afraid to even mention it to her because I was just worried that it was just going to be like, same old shit they always hear me talk about, saying, I think I need to go see a doctor out of town. Can you give me a referral since, I have to have a referral to go do anything? And, they always said they never want to do that. So, anyway, they did it for me a couple of times, and a couple of doctors have, and so that's how, one other doctor did. Now I guess two of them work together. Anyway, never mind. This doctor asked me, she said I needed to choose between going to see a specialist, a skin specialist, or dermatologist, or a plastic surgeon. And I said, is there any way, that they could, work together? Because I feel like if a skin specialist, a dermatologist, and a plastic surgeon would just kind of collaborate and think together, they might be able to, figure something out. She was like, well, that'd be ideal, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. Doctors are really kind of stubborn, And I was like, yeah, I know. So, I said, well, I was trying to ask her, what do you think? I mean, I'm here for your advice. I need to know what you think. And, finally, we thought about it, and I was like, well, I guess, plastic surgeons, even though a skin specialist deals with skin, they're probably pretty used to just, doing traditional means of treatment, and the doctor agreed with this opinion of mine. And we said that, plastic surgeons, everybody's getting plastic surgery all the time. You know what I mean? So, they are up to date on on what they're doing and what works, what doesn't, tips and tricks of the trade. You know what I mean? So, and they said they're going to have a hard time getting it covered, getting the insurance to cover that because it's usually a cosmetic deal. But I'm like, it should be no problem to call the insurance and be like, this isn't about cosmetics, this is about her freaking dying. Anyway, maybe not so drastic as dying, but, I don't know, I'm not even going to think about that. Anyway, I started a painting last night. I'm doing it for an internet friend of mine. He's a really good, he's a new friend of mine, but there's a really, I don't know how to explain it. I'll sound silly if I go off on it, but anyways, he gave me an idea for a painting called Ghost Witch, and so I'm working on Ghost Witch, and she is beautiful. So I'll be working on her today in the next few days. And I have one little fun painting that I did just to start killing time, but this one really means something, so this one I'm really gonna stick with. And oh, I left my sketchbook in the car. I completed 2 really good drawing and colorings. I need some paintbrushes so that I can touch it up a little bit, but because I used watercolor pencil, and they're really nice. So I will be start getting my artwork up sometime. I think my roommate has a scanner, so I should take advantage of that. I don't know what else to say. They didn't make me an appointment right away with the plastic surgeon. They said it's going to take a little bit, and if I haven't heard from them in a week, to call back and see what's going on. So it's like there's a glimmer of hope, but I feel like there's different different attitudes and forces and important political things, and as well as just personal opinions of people that are clashing and making it very difficult. And I'm trying to do my best to do as much footwork as I can without just losing it, you know, overexerting myself or whatever. So my hair does not look cute today. Kind of does, I guess. Maybe put it up higher. Anyway, she said she thought I should try to get some vitamin E oil, and I told her that, you know, the surgeon told me I could just get capsules and bust them open and then put them on there. And she was like, I don't know, but I guess if you said so, you know. So, so when I asked him, I said, do you mean I just go to the store, buy capsules that say vitamin E, and then take them home and open them? And he was like, yeah, that's what I mean. And I was like, okay. So I made sure I had blunt, clear instructions and know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, but you know what? Like I said, I'm very grateful that this doctor helped, you know, with my spirits. My friends have been extremely supportive. You guys are very supportive as well, and I appreciate that. I know some of you probably were worried, and I was going to wait quite a while to make another video because I just didn't know where I was headed. But, you know, it's almost like the time I needed it most, I've had a wave of opportunities. Well, not a wave of them, but I guess like 2 significant opportunities to remind me that, you know, I still have a chance to do what it is I want to do to make myself happy and feel like life is worth living. Because, I mean, I know some of you know I have a kid, and I love my son to death, but due to all the problems between his father and I, you know, I don't get to see him right now, and it's a combination of I don't get to and I don't see him. It's a combination of those 2 things. And so right now it's kind of, I know I have my boyfriend and my girlfriend and my friends and stuff, but really all in all, I just feel like, you know, I ain't got that kid. I ain't got nothing left. I just got my cats and myself in the end, you know. So, anyway, I know this video probably still sounds kind of depressing, but I'm trying to, like, get it through to you guys. You know, I don't forget that silver lining. I really don't. I know it's there. And, I'm gonna make it. Alright? Mwah.